Good evening and welcome to a brand new week of Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan and this whole week we're coming to you from the city of Mumbai. We're going to be looking at special programming through the week on issues and controversies that have made headlines in the state of Maharashtra in particular over recent weeks. And we're kicking off tonight with a special debate on a story that frankly should be making many more headlines, not just in Maharashtra but across India as well. The story of farmer suicides in the state. Did you know that the highest number of farmers who've taken their own lives is here, right here in Maharashtra, particularly in the Marathwada region? The numbers are already more than 400 farmer suicides in the first 3 months of this year. The question we're asking is whether the government in Maharashtra and at the centre are both doing enough. This is a problem that's hurting not just this state but also other parts of India as well, particularly because of unseasonal rain. Also coming up in the next 1 hour, we'll be having a special debate on the other controversy that's hit headlines, particularly here in Mumbai. The controversy created by Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut, who's talked about revoking the voting rights of Muslims. We'll be joined by the Sena and by Asaduddin Owaisi on what has become quite a huge political storm. But first tonight, a special report from my colleague Tejas Mehta, who travelled to Marathwada to try and understand why there is so much grief and despair among Maharashtra's farmers. The unseasonal rains have hit them hard and everything else, coupled with perhaps even government apathy, has only made it worse. Tejas Mehta's story comes up next.
Another spell of unseasonal rain, lashing the scorched, drought-hit Marathwada landscape. But the heavens opened up much too late. Last week in Khamgaon village, 39-year-old Eknath Khilare committed suicide. The drought ensuring his cotton crop dried up for 2 consecutive years.
खेती में 2 साल से लगातार फसल कुछ भी नहीं आया सर। 2 एकड़ में 2 ही कुंटल कपास हुई थी सर। बहुत मुश्किल हुआ है सर ये साल, क्योंकि बहुत 40-50% किसानों की ज़्यादा खेती सूखी है।
His greatest worry, his daughter's marriage, in a family where, from Khilare to his grandchildren, everyone suffers from a genetic eye disorder. Add to that a 15,000 rupees loan and 2 proposals for his daughter rejected.
माझं नाव कल्पना एकनाथ खिल्लारे. माझ्या पप्पानी माझ्या लग्नाची चिंता होती. मला जे मुलं बघायला आले माझे डोळे असे होते, त्यांनी नापसंत केलं. त्यामुळे माझ्या पप्पाने आत्महत्या केली. तर शेतीमध्ये सुद्धा काही पिकलं नाही.
2015 has already seen a 50% increase in suicides in the region. The growing numbers, unheard of until now, a terrifying reality.
हमारे यहाँ पे खमगांव में पहली बार आत्महत्या हो गई. इसकी वजह से सारे किसान डर गए का विदर्भ में जो घटना होती थी, आत्महत्या होती थी, तो इधर ना हो जाए.
On the 4th of April at 8 in the evening, Eknath Khillare's body was found hanging from that neem tree in his very own field, where once again the cotton crop simply failed him. There was a time when, along with Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan was India's proudest slogan, but today the agrarian community here in Marathwada insists farming is nothing short of a terrible curse. With camera person Sanjay Mandal in Khamgaon, Tejas Mehta for NDTV.
Well, the question really is whether then the government is doing enough for farmers, those farmers particularly in Marathwada who are in a state of despair. We're coming to you tonight from, in fact, outside the Mantralaya. This is where the Maharashtra government's headquarters are. This is where the Chief Minister sits and makes those important decisions that need to percolate down to every level. Joining us on this debate tonight, we have Mr. Sanjay Nirupam of the Congress Party, Shaina NC of the BJP, Mr. Arvind Sawant, the MP from the Shiv Sena, Mr. Kumar Ketkar here with us, well-known commentator and journalist. Also with us, Parinita Dandekar, who is an activist who joins us tonight from Nashik. And in fact, Parinita Dandekar, my first question is to you. Do you believe that the government has woken up to the problem of farmer suicides in Maharashtra? There are some schemes that have been recently announced, or do you believe it's been too little too late? What's the feedback from the ground?
Well, firstly, we need to understand that farmer suicides in Maharashtra is not a new thing. It's been happening for so many years now. And the response of each and every government, and I don't want to go into political parties here, the response of each and every government has been relief packages, as if they are a kind of the credit that the government is claiming. The problems in Vidarbha, which has seen nearly 10 suicides every day for the last 10 years in the last decade, are slightly more deeper than the relief package terminology. We don't have, Vidarbha does not have processing units. The entire fair remunerative price has been anything but fair for Vidarbha, and one of the major causes has also been irrigation. We know that the irrigation projects in Vidarbha are mired in controversies. Even the existing irrigation projects in Vidarbha, which are completed, are not functioning even at 40% of their promised irrigation efficiency. It's clear that large irrigation projects in Vidarbha are not working. At the same time, we are still hankering after the same projects, the same schemes, and then relief packages. When we actually talked with people on ground in Vidarbha, the thing that they've been really asking for is relief packages, yes, definitely to an extent, but also long-term measures, consistent measures. Look at sugarcane in Maharashtra, in Marathwada, and look at cotton and soybean in Vidarbha, which is the backbone of the Vidarbha agroeconomy. There is Washim is one of the biggest soybean producers in the entire country.
You make an important point. You make an important point about the fact that farmer suicides. You made an important point about the fact that farmer suicides unfortunately are not a new story in that sense in Maharashtra, but what has been different this time is that there's already been a 50% jump in the number of farmers who've taken their own lives in the first 3 months of this year alone, and that is what is alarming. The statistics are actually quite scary, and across the state 440 farmers, according to official figures, have taken their lives. So what's gone wrong? I mean, according to you, what has gone wrong in the last few months?
Well, we need to understand that rainfall in Vidarbha for past 2 years, not only rainfall but the entire climatic pattern in Vidarbha has been completely topsy-turvy. It's defying logic the way it's happening. This year, if you look at 2014 monsoon, you see that in June, which is the cropping, which is actually the sowing season of cotton, and we need to understand that nearly 100% cotton in Vidarbha right now is BT cotton, which needs assured irrigation, assured water supply at that particular crucial time of cropping. Nearly entire Vidarbha is now on BT cotton, and the June rains failed dismally in Vidarbha. The June rains were nearly 15% of what the normal rainfall was in Vidarbha. And this happened also for soybean. The same thing happened. Then there were huge bouts of rainfall in between, in November, then again in December. And this was, in March 2014 also we had hailstorms. So if you look at the climatic cycle, it has been completely, it's gone topsy-turvy. At the same time, this government had promised that they would be giving 50% profit over the... Yes.
Okay, and you're saying, are you saying that therefore, I mean, one of the criticisms, Shaina, is that the government may have made certain announcements, but that's not percolating on the ground, that compensation is already little, and whatever gets to farmers is just not enough?
No, I think that's a very unfair assessment. If at all, this is the first time that the 7,000 crore package which was announced was not just given into the bank account of each farmer, but we've also come up with lots of holistic solutions to problems. And if you just give me less than 30 seconds, I'd like to highlight few of them. The fact that we have 55,000 cement nalas being constructed in 1 year in Vidarbha itself. We have over 5 lakh solar power, machines that we are giving to the farmer to ensure that they don't have to dwell with this kind of erratic power fluctuation that happens in the state. Yes, we have had 2 unfortunate hailstorms which have taken the state by shock. But thanks to our predecessors who did nothing in the state, despite enough hue and cry about a 70,000 crore irrigation scam. You have dams which are not constructed. You have dams which have been constructed and which have broken. You have nalas which are not completed. And I don't want to get into what they did and what we did. What we are doing and doing at the speed of lightning is something which is really noteworthy.
But you've seen the statistics of the last 3 months,
yes,
under Devendra Fadnavis.
But That is also because of the erratic climatic condition, and post that, if we are in a situation today, we have announced the Shivir Yojana where 5,000 villages will be absolutely equipped to make sure that they don't need to defend or be defended by the government or any agency. We've talked about rainwater harvesting at its best, ensuring that there is,
you're saying you're picking up, you're cleaning up the mess.
We're cleaning up the mess, and we're making sure it's a long-term holistic solution.
Well,
this solution,
Parinita Dandekar, though Mr. Sanjay Nirupam, are critical of any government in the state. And when unfortunately or fortunately, most of the last 15 years were ruled by the Congress and the NCP, and therefore the question is that, is this a legacy left over, from previous governments?
See, at the outset, I would like to say that it's a really very unfortunate trend, and it's a very old trend. Farmers in Maharashtra are committing suicide for a long time. But as far as this government is concerned, this government has come to the power with a promise and the commitment that once they will be in the power, the trend will be checked. Unfortunately, the way farmer suicide is growing or increasing, somehow I feel that the government is not able to check this trend. One. Second point, as far as relief package is concerned, and the way China NC is citing some proposals and the projects, all these projects and relief packages are still on the paper only. They are not percolated to the rural area. These things are not gone to the in the hand of the villagers or the farmers. So somehow this government is failed. One. Second, the way government of India or Maharashtra government is joining chorus of government of India about the land bill type of thing, the farmers are feeling very all alone, very much all alone. The perception has become that this government is not thinking in the favor of the farmers.
You're saying the perception is that they're anti-farmer?
Yes, yes, that is the problem. Then let me complete it. The problem is the government must project itself, work in the favor of farmers. Unfortunately, it is not working like that. They are working for the corporate. At least the perception is very much established.
Okay, Shaina, quick response.
This is typical of the Congress. Let me not even get into their apathy towards the people and the public. The fact that their leaders were thrown out of power only because of the gross corruption. Let's not highlight that. I don't even want to go into what they did.
We can move on,
but the fact that irrigated land in the state of Maharashtra is the lowest, doesn't that speak of some kind of poor political will? We have come into power, and this money that we've announced, the 7,000 crores, has gone into the accounts of each farmer, and it's not on paper, Mr. Nirupam. If we are able to complete these 55,000 canals in Vidarbha in 1 year, I think it will be noteworthy. The fact that these 5,000 villages will be self-sufficient is also noteworthy. The fact that we have solar power pumps which we are giving to every farmer. We are thinking of long-term solutions.
I'm going to take this to Parinita in just a moment to just get a sense from the ground as well. But Mr. Arvind Sawant, the question then is that this whole question that Sanjay Nirupam brought up, that whether the BJP in particular at a national level and you at the state level are now being seen as anti-farmer, whether you're dealing with a perception problem, and does the Shiv Sena need to focus more also as a party on these issues, rather than getting upset about Shobha De's tweets? I mean, is this where the focus needs to be as far as Maharashtra politics is concerned?
I think you are ignorant of the issues raised by the Shiv Sena, and the relief Shiv Sena itself has granted irrespective of the party when we were not on power. And still our leader, honorable leader Uddhavji Thackeray, has gone to almost every village of the state, or particularly Vidarbha and Marathwada. He has visited the people. Shiv Sena is one prior to the ruling when we came on power. Before that, when we were not on power, we went to the farmers. We have granted them a great relief out of it, no doubt of that. But then later on, when the government has come in the state level, I feel little bit delay was definitely there, but it doesn't mean that the perception of the particular, the way Sanjay Nirupam want to politicize the issue, I do not want to go to the intricacies of the politicizing the issue. This is not the issue to be politicized. We should express our serious concern to the suicides of the farmers. You won't believe that the calamity, as it is, there is an idiom, calamity never comes alone. The calamity which has come to the Maharashtra is such that it was the drought, then it was heavy rain, then it was a hailstone, so much, and again there is a rain also. During this period, the state government, there is a procedures that Mr. Sanjay Nirupan must be knowing it, but he is showing that as if he is not ignorant of all these things. The procedures that the state government has to take a review of it, and then they have to give a proposal to the central government asking them to grant a relief to them. And accordingly, when the letter has been granted, I will tell you, I am proud to tell you, in fact it is not that pride but other way. See, during the entire history, this is the first government which has given highest relief to the farmers. Per hectare, rupees 25,000 have been given to the farmer directly in their bank account, not through any agency. That should be appreciated. And that is not being done. In fact, we do agree.
Sanjay Nirupam is not agreeing
Initially
with
there
you.
was a deal.
But Mr. Sawant,
he may not be knowing
no,
it.
but do you think Devendra, do you think Mr. Fadnavis is doing a good job on this issue? Why are the number of farmer suicides going up? They've gone up by 50% in this period alone, and it's not just because of the weather. Parinita wants to come in as well.
One moment. Now tell me.
Yes.
Okay.
Now let me.
1 second, Mr. Sawant, finish your point. Yes.
Just now, you were showing some example of the killer. You were showing some example of the Killari village.
Go ahead, Mr. Sawant.
You know, Killari village has already sustained the earthquake. Through that calamity, they have come up. Today, they are facing, all his children are almost like a blind, and he is facing a serious. What is his worry? His worry was his daughter's marriage. And therefore, on one side there is the marriage, that issue is there. Another side there is no crop. Now what to do? But 25,000 by granting relief, you could not have conducted his marriage of his daughter.
Okay,
but
still, Mr. Sanjay Nirupam wants to rebut you on that particular point, and then I'll come to Parinita and Mr. Ketkar.
Sanjay, one moment. Yeah. Sanjay, one moment. Still, we have a serious concern.
Okay.
We have a serious concern. We are deeply hurt about it that the farmers are going for suicide, and we will, my government will take all sorts of pains to prevent it further.
Okay, Mr. Nirupam, yeah.
Everybody has a serious concern over the farmer suicide. 1 minute please. Everybody has a serious concern over the farmer suicide because after all the farmers are annadata. So we let us not try to become sacrosanct. Most important thing is if you both are claiming that the relief packages is not on 1 minute, if you both claim that the relief packages are not only on the paper but it is gone down to the hand of the farmer, then why still suicide is continuing? Every day, if the 5 farmers are committing suicide, let me complete. If the everyday 5 farmers are committing suicide in Maharashtra, then still it's a big problem, big challenge.
Secondly, the calamities as well.
I accept it.
Secondly,
Sanjay, I accept it.
Ministers like 1 minute.
We accept that challenge.
1 minute.
I accept it.
Secondly, ministers like Nitin Gadkari making a statement that farmers should take care of themselves. They should not depend on the government. When they were campaigning, they gave the full blanket promise that once we will be in the power, no farmer will commit suicide. But where is the promise now?
Okay,
and once you are in the power, you are taking back your own responsibility.
Drought and hailstorms is a natural calamity.
No, but is it just natural calamities? Another story, I'll get Parinita into that. But Mr. Ketkar, what is the political fallout of all of this? That is what is important. How is this story playing out? Parinita, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment because Mr. Ketkar hasn't spoken at all. I want him to weigh in on this.
Well, actually, there are 2 points. One thing is chronic problem of the farmer suicide and the problems of Marathwada and Vidarbha. The second is immediate and urgent relief packages. Urgent and immediate relief packages will not solve the problem because essentially the issue is because of non-payment of remunerative prices. The cost of production of crop is much higher than the selling price, and in between there are traders.
Debt that they face,
that is the major thing. That is one major point.
The
second point is nobody is taking into account the eco-disaster that is waiting to happen, and it started happening. There was warning about 10 years ago. Imagine there were no hailstorms about 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Hailstorm is a new thing after 2003. So the ecological disaster that is awaiting in this entire region has not been taken into account at all by any government or any agency, and the so-called meteorologists and the so-called weather forecasters have not been able to tell us irrespective of which government is there, that what is likely to be the rainfall, when is it going to come, when is the hailstorm likely there. So meteorologists, environment experts and planners are not either adequately informed, adequately researched and informing the government or seeking their advice, and therefore what we see, one level is a chronic neglect and the second is immediate and urgent relief. Now immediate and urgent relief is what Sanjay Nirupam and Shaina and everybody is talking about. But what is this immediate and urgent relief? Every time you will go on giving this urgent relief, I don't think that will solve the problem.
Okay,
because every 6 months, every 6 months the issue will come because they have to sort out at fundamental level the cost of production, cost of the crop.
Because Parinita, the problem is you still have the middlemen, you still have that ugly trap that farmers fall into. Banks are just not lending farmers enough. It's just an ugly, vicious cycle of debt, which is one of the main reasons, and no government seems to be willing to tackle that, whether it is with banks,
I would just like to pose. Yes.
Go ahead.
I would just like to pose one quick question to the current government right now. They had said in their manifesto that they would be giving 50% profit above the costs of farming to the farmers as the FRP. This was a promise in the election manifesto. What is happening with cotton? We have the FRP, which is just 50 rupees more than last year. It's 4,050 this year. It was 4,000 last year. For soybean, it is same. It was what it was last year, despite the fact that the actual cropping price for the farmers has been extremely high this year because the yields have fallen by about 50% and because of the natural disasters that we've been talking about. So what happened to the government's promise which it made before the elections? That's the first thing. The second thing is I would really like to very strongly disagree with the kind of politicizing that's going on about the dams in the state. It was the BJP Sena government which had made the administrative approvals before these dams came up. And in Vidarbha, we all know who are the contractors for these dams. Who was a contractor when nearly 30 kilometers of Gosi Kuch canal had to be remade? It was not the current government. Both of the governments were in it together. Yes, so it's no government should actually claim that we are holier than thou. They were in it together. We are not looking at the long term. Like Mr.
I'll take that to Shaina. Last quick comments from everyone.
We are not looking at climate change.
Nobody is, Shaina. Who's looking at the long term?
I think the long term solution
and the point that she raised, what happened to the election promise?
One second. The long term solution is clearly this. Yes, we have to consider climatic changes which have affected our whole state and neighboring states as well. This is not as if Maharashtra is the only state that has been subject to it. What are the long term solutions? What does the farmer need? The farmer needs water, timely given. The farmer needs to ensure that solar energy and power is something that they are able to ensure at their utility. The state needs to ensure that the crops that are produced are sold at the market prices and above.
In your opinion, really doing whatever it can?
The state is clearly doing what it should. Given the fact that we have been in power 6 months, I find it quite shocking to know that 16 years of a previous government who has done virtually nothing, where the irrigated land has not even gone up by 1% in this tenure of the Congress NCP. I don't want to get into what they've done. I want to say what we are doing and we are committed to ensure.
How do you justify the FRP?
No, let me just get a closing comment from Mr. Ketkar.
I would like to say that by and large, the BJP and Shiv Sena government do not look at the issue as at one level economic, at another level ecological, and third level human compassionate issue. That's why they think that relief package will solve the problem. Relief package, distributing money through banks or not distributing through banks, I don't think that is not the factor. That is not the main factor. The main factor is the concern that is shown in Marathwada. How many people, how many collectorates, how many bureaucratic officials on the orders of the government have actually visited the area? There are 9 districts in Marathwada.
That's a good point.
All this Marathwada was actually governed by Nizam almost up to 1948. There are cases of drought, but there are no cases of such severe drought during Nizam regime. And hailstorm is very recent phenomenon. Climatic changes are very recent phenomenon. So the question is bureaucracy, which is under Mr. Fadnavis government or earlier Prithviraj Chavan government, have bureaucrats. I am not talking only of banks. I am not concerning.
I have to leave it at that.
Can I add one more?
Last 20 seconds,
I am not an ecological expert, so I don't want to focus on issue. As far as relief package is concerned, Shaina NC is saying that 7,000 rupees per acre is being given. our Chief Minister announced on the floor of the Assembly that 10,000 rupees per acre is being given to the farmers who are committing suicide.
7,000 crores package has been announced. Which is going
And finally, Mr. Sawant is claiming that 25,000 rupees per acre is being given to the farmers. So there is a complete lack of clarity as far as per acre relief package is being given.
We are on the same page.
No.
Yes, Mr. Sawant.
Mr. Sanjay Nirupam, per hectare is 2.5 acres. Hectare is
all these figures are just on the paper. That what, my dear friend, all these figures are just on the paper. That's why there is a full lack of clarity.
The accounts of the farmers.
I have to take a break.
Okay,
I have to take a break.
Absolutely.
Let us
despite that the farmers are committing suicide. I don't know which are the farmers getting.
The point is, if you monitor the accounts of farmers, why are they still taking their lives? There's something that's obviously wrong. Maybe the climate is part of it. Yeah, the debt is too high. It is.
I mean, no matter what,
I think that's the long-term problem.
That's why we need to have a long-term solution, which is what we are working towards.
Why is the current government
I'm going to have to take a break, Mr. Sawant. Yeah, I need to take a break on this particular point. It's an issue that we would like to revisit later this week as well. Thank you, Parinita, for joining us. I request our other guests to stay with us, because when we come back after this break, it's the other issue that has made a lot of headlines, not just here in Mumbai, but across the country as well. Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut talking about taking away the voting rights of Muslims. Does divisive politics still pay? That's after the break.